Good afternoon and welcome to the weekly review of CMS readiness metrics. Damon Willis, our district strategy manager, will now walk us through the metrics for the week ending Friday, March 19th.
Thank you, Patrick. I'll share my screen here and get us started. And we'll begin with the CMS Readiness Dashboard. And we'll start off with our public health metrics. So in terms of case rate per 100,000, we have shifted back to red with 112.6 cases, but that's just slightly into the red zone compared to last week when we were at 98 cases. In terms of test positivity percentage, we remain in green at 4.8%. Moving on to our district level case monitoring. Schools with at least one positive case. This week we have 56 schools. So again, we continue to shift in the right direction with a 13 school decrease from last week. In terms of schools with quarantined individuals, we remain in green for that metric. Next, we'll move on to school level case monitoring, beginning with cases in a school. This week we have 24 schools with 2 or more cases, none greater than 10. And that's very close to last week when we had 23 schools. In terms of school clusters, we remain in green. And we have shifted over to yellow in terms of individuals in active quarantine, moving the yellow with between 15 and 50 quarantined individuals. Next, we'll move on to our district operational metrics, beginning with child nutrition, which remains in green at 94.1%, slight increase from last week. In terms of transportation, we're in green at 92.6%, slight decrease from last week. And in terms of custodial staff coverage, we've shifted from yellow to green this week with a 92.8%. Full-time nurse coverage remains the same in yellow at 73%. And finally, we'll take a look at our school readiness metrics, beginning with our instructional staff. We remain in green at 93.4% this week. It's about a 1% increase from last week. In terms of our school facility, infection control and PPE supplies, we remain in green at 100%. And finally, with our health and safety training, we remain in green above 95%. So next, I'll move on to our at-a-glance document. Now, taking a look here at our at-a-glance document, this is reporting the week of March 13th through the 19th. And we'll begin with our number of new COVID positive students. So this week we're at 30. And in terms of our total number of positive staff members, we're at 24 this week. And finally, I'll end with our school list. And as I've stated in the past, I won't read through the entire school list, but I will take a moment for folks to read through the school list. Now, if you see an asterisk, which we also discussed last week, the blue asterisk that you see on the school list is identifying school locations this week where we've conducted quarantines, which have resulted in quarantining and closing one or more classrooms. So that's our threshold. So if you see that here, that's what that's pertaining to. So as you can see here, we do have one school on this first school list area here, Berry Hill pre-K through 8 with an asterisk. And I'll scroll down. It looks like we have a Hickory Grove Elementary as well. And I'll scroll down here. It looks like we have Nation Sport Elementary, Parkside Elementary, and also Winterfeld as well. So I'll very quickly read this statement just to remind folks of what we've added here. So this asterisk denotes that a subset of students at the school have transitioned to remote learning due to COVID-related quarantines and/or related staffing challenges. These students may remain in remote learning for up to 14 days. Once all impacted students return to in-person learning, the asterisks that you'll see will be removed. And with that, I'll turn it back over to you, Patrick.
Thank you, Damon. Thank you for walking us through these reports. And I'll just share one more time just to make sure that we're abundantly clear with the asterisks and the what's denoted there. When quarantines are required for parts of the school, those classrooms that are involved in that quarantine are closed for in-person instruction, but those students do learn in a remote setting. So just to clarify that teaching and learning is still occurring, just in a remote setting during the necessary quarantine periods. Thank you, Damon. Thank you all for joining us, and these reports will be posted on the CMS website shortly. Thanks very much.
Thank you.